We got lots of unboxings left. I would say 3 more. Yeah. Okay, so this one is from Aaron Wiltsey. Very recent. It's rare that I get to these quickly, but this one I did. This is Big's Picture Jasper. I might have to heat treat this stuff. Let's see. I'd hate to mess it up by napping it. Let me see. Napping it without heat treat. But I'll check it out anyway. Let's see. I did take a peek earlier when I first got it. This is already very nappable. It's snap and halfish, but it's nappable. Shattery. It's shattery. Well, it looks like it's excellent. Excellent material. Yeah, let's see. Let me try to get a good flake so I can show. I think it's translucent. No. Yeah, see, it shatters a lot, but this is a good flake. Yeah, translucency. Yeah, it naps like common opal, which means it's very delicate. Yeah, but it should yield some nice little points. This one here. I don't know if this is the Jasper. I think the Jasper, the Big's Jasper, is the stuff that's got colors in it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. It's tricky to know if it can be benefited from heat treatment. It's tricky because some of this may not heat well and some of it might. It's different consistencies in here. So you start out with low heat, like 275, and then take it out of the heat, let it cool for 12 hours, and then you take it out of the roaster, not out of the heat. You let it cool slowly, take it out of the roaster, and then test it after heat treating it at 275 for a couple hours. See if it naps better. If not, you stick it back in, try it again at 300, and then let it cool down, take it out, test it. You do it like 25 degrees at a time to be safe. Sometimes I get impatient and I go 50 degrees at a time. So I start at 275, then I go up to 325, and then I go up to 400. But it's better to be safer and do it in increments that are less than 75 degrees. Some of this looks like it might be able to be napped raw. Yeah. But it's full of cracks. It's a good challenge, yeah. But gotta warn you, it may end up being a little bitty point. Itty bitty little point. It's interesting stuff though. But very cracked, very cracked. This is a clear piece here. I can't remember if he said he heat treated it or not. Yeah, I can get an arrowhead out of this one. So let's set this aside and see. I'll get back to it here in a minute. Yeah, I can probably get another big spall, relatively big spall out of that one. Now this is all rough and dry. Yeah, it's not glossy at all. But it does fracture like it can be napped. I have napped this before, heated. This stuff here is very distinct, or distinctive, this type of patterning in the stone. I have napped stuff like this. Yeah, all right, it can be napped, but I got to heat that one, I know for sure. This has different consistencies in it. It's got crystal pockets. See, these two different colors are two different consistencies. This lighter color is more like concrete. This darker color is nice in comparison. Yeah. And you can make gem points, what they call gem points, out of this stuff. You know, in general. This is a little bit darker. It's not as translucent as some of the other stuff. But it's still translucent. Yep, I can make what they call gem points out of it. Little tiny arrowheads, but with excellent color and translucency. It's kind of tough, but I can make some nice little points. Yep. That does not need to be heated. In my view, this does not need to be heated, but it probably will benefit from some heat. I'll try it. I got to get my heat treat going. Yeah, I've been delaying my heat treats until I can figure out how to get a good system going. That's one reason. The other reason is I want to do it outside, but I don't have a covered area to put my roaster in outside. Like I did at my old house, I had a carport. I just put my turkey roaster oven under the carport. Here, there's no carport, no nothing, no garage, no nothing. Just a house and a shed. That's it. That's all we have here. Why don't I put it in a shed here with me? Because the extension cord required to reach the shed is too long, and it's not good for the roaster oven's amperage. The extension cord heats up, for one thing, and the other thing is it burns out the roaster because it's not getting enough power. If that makes any sense. It's not good for it. And I don't want to have any fires, you know. I don't want anything overheating. So I've got to put the turkey roaster closer to the source of electricity, or closer to the outlet. In my old house, I had an outlet that went outside into the carport, and I can just plug it in like 2 feet away from the outlet. Yeah, it didn't need an extension cord. This one needs an extension cord. When here, yeah, this house, it's small, it's tiny, and it's easy to maintain, and it doesn't cost much on electricity or anything else, water, electricity, or anything else. But the drawback to a small house is it's got limited amounts of outlets, and most of the outlets are 30 amps or less. 20 amps or less. The circuits are 20 amp circuits instead of 30 amp circuits on most cases here. Yeah. Anyways, and it's got some 15 amp circuits here too. That's really, really bad. Beautiful material, but it's so cracked that I can't do anything with that. No, I'm not even going to try. Not even. Even a small piece like this, probably a waste of time because it has internal issues. Oh yeah, I've napped so much of that stuff that it's just not worth it. I found out. Yeah. So I found out some of this stuff just isn't worth it, even though it may be nice to look at. It's so crackery and shattery. I don't know. This might work for a small arrowhead. I think I may have some of this in a different batch that someone sent me a long time ago. I seem to remember stuff like this. But what I'm going to do is I will get my heat treat set up one way or another, because I'm running low on the good stuff. But I got plenty of bad stuff that needs heat that will become good stuff. I got plenty of that. I got enough to last a year if I heat treat all my bad stuff. Yeah. So I got to do it soon. Get it set up before the winter, because it's a pain to do this stuff when it's super cold. Yep. Need to get it set up and all that before the weather turns really bad. Yeah, this one is good. This is going to be translucent too. And yeah, I'm going to heat this. Heaty treaty. I'll biface it down to where I can manage it. What that means is manage it in a way that I can reduce the number of potential goof ups. You know, if it's too thick, it may develop pot lids, it may develop internal stresses, it may it may develop crazing or just random cracks. Lots of little random cracks. Some of these cracks that are existing, some of these beginnings of issues can expand and open up with heat treatment. Yeah, so all these issues, I need to make sure I minimize those by bifacing first. Bifacing usually can tell me where the issues are, and then I'll nap them away in most cases, and then I can heat treat it. Yeah. See, if I nap away all this cracking, it won't get worse. Yeah. And it'll leave more room in the roaster for the good stuff. You know, the more bad stuff I remove, the more room there is for the good stuff in the roaster. So I don't have to do too many batches. This is good stuff right here, this one. I can tell, yeah, this is going to be a nice one. It's not translucent that much. It is kind of sort of when it's really, really thin. But it might change color slightly. It might change color slightly to become more golden colored or something. We'll see. But like this stuff here, I can't use that. Unfortunately. Yeah. Should I nap some of this on video? Well, if there's a really nice colorful one that I think is solid, I might do it. But no, this is, I don't know. What did I do with the other one that I was going to say? Oh, I was going to nap this one. I'll nap this one. See, it's got more of a potential to it than this little piece. Yeah. Although it's nice looking, I won't be able to nap that. How about little bitty arrowheads? Well, it's easier to nap the little bitty ones out of flakes and not this stuff. Why do I want to make it easy on myself? Well, it's because of the video format. I can nap this one, yeah. Okay, so let's put this aside. I'll pick out the ones that I think are solid. I'll nap that one. This one, I don't know. This one will I can put that in the heat treat. It's got some interesting patterning. Yeah. And I'll just get rid of those clunkers. What else is in here? Let's take all this stuff out. I think we've seen that one. I think we saw that one. I can get some little Arrowhead spalls off of that one. Yeah. I'm keeping the stuff I can nap. Why am I whispering? I don't know. I'm trying to focus here. I'm trying to think here. That could be heat treated, but it's so small. I don't know. I feel sorry for the small ones, but I can't feel too sorry for them. They take up all my time. I could try that. Yeah, I've got plenty to experiment with. Am I going to try them on this video? No, I'm not going to try them on this video. You'll see it over time. I'll try to do more of these challenge videos per day. You know, I'm doing one per day. I'm trying to. Once things get settled down here a little bit better, I can do 2 videos per day, minimum. Right now I'm trying to do 1 video per day, minimum. All right. I just got too many errands to run and too many things to check up on. And I'm going to try to learn in my spare time at night before I go to sleep, learn how to do web creating, or no, website hosting, website code, whatever they call it. Learn how to do websites at night before I go to sleep. Brush up on the codes, languages, code languages. All right, this is a nice one. Yeah, I can do a lot of stuff with most of this. Yeah. Even if it's rough. Yeah. Yeah, Aaron, I can do a lot of this on video. It's not that bad. I've napped a lot worse than this. It's not easy, but it's not too bad. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the kind of napping that I've been doing over the years has been doing junk rock, junk stones. Now, I tell people not to start your napping career using junk stones. Yeah, because junk stones made my life miserable in the beginning until I found out about heat treat. I almost quit napping in the beginning several times. And it was because of the junk stones. If I had better quality material, it would have been a lot better on my mental health, on my moods. Why did I stick with it? Because there was nothing else, actually. I had no other choice. Yeah. At the time, my kids were still young. You know, they were in the preteens or teenage years when I started this. There were a lot of demands on my time. I had lots of interruptions. With napping, even though I hate interruptions, I can still nap even with interruptions. It's very rare. Usually, when I'm working on something, I have to be hyper-focused, and an interruption is physically and mentally painful. But with napping, I don't know, I guess it just comes naturally for me. I can stick with it even though it has a lot of interruptions and challenges and times when I feel like quitting, I end up not quitting. Yeah, just keep going back to it. And materials were not that expensive. It's not like some other hobbies where everything's expensive. Like I was going to get into oil painting and stuff like that, and the art supplies just kept getting more and more and more expensive. And then trying to, you know, make my own paints and all that required lots of time, and a place where it can't be contaminated by dust and other things like people coming in and out of the area, and borrowing paintbrushes and pens, and you know how kids are, they borrow your stuff, which is fine. But they didn't borrow my knapping stuff. They didn't knap the rocks because it was too hard. I have no paintbrushes to steal, so it was good. Everything worked out. But I wish I had better stone in the beginning. Yeah. And then moved over to harder stone later. Moral of the story is I wish I had some better stuff to begin with. Yeah. Oh, this is sweet. Whatever this is, it's like an opal. Yeah. This is sweet. That's what that reminds me of. It reminds me of opal. And I don't know if that's what this is. It's excellent. It doesn't make strong points, but it's like dacite, right? It's kind of fragile, but it makes beautiful points. And it can be knapped easily, relatively speaking. And Native Americans did use it. So it's got all the pluses and only maybe a couple minuses. One is it's snap and half-ish. The other is it's so delicate that if you put a needle tip on it, you can just snap it off with your fingers. Most of these arrowheads, you can't snap them in half or snap a tip off with just your fingertips. But some of this stuff is so delicate, like this stuff, that you can snap off an ear or a barb or a tip just with your fingers. That's delicate. Yeah, it's the disadvantage of that stuff. It's not durable, in other words. But I'm still going to knap it. Yep, yep. Still offer some of that for sale. This is a heat. This needs heat. Yeah. What else we got? Just a bunch of flakes that just happened to fall into here. Yeah. Ooh, that can be knapped raw. Yeah. All right, we got little pieces, got big pieces, we got all kinds of pieces for your measly pieces. Yeah. What is that? I noticed there's a lot of Native American artifacts made with light color flint or chert or opal, light colors, because you find it in sites, in archaeological sites. They use light colored cherts and flints. Why? My theory is it's easy to see if you drop it. Like if you drop an arrowhead on the ground, if it looks like this, sometimes you lose it and it's right there in front of you. You just can't see it and you're looking all around for days and you can't find it and it's just sitting there, camouflaged. Maybe it bounced somewhere where you didn't expect it. Or someone walked by just as it fell down and there's a little bit of dirt covered over it and you're not looking in that area. But if it's light colored like this and you drop it, you can see it right away. There's no way to lose it unless someone intentionally buries it. Yeah. So I'm thinking that they use light colored flints and shirts for their arrowheads a lot whenever it was available because of the dropping it and losing it thing. Don't want to drop your stuff and lose it on the ground. You know, they didn't have manicured lawns like they do now where, you know, you drop something like this on a manicured lawn, yeah, you can find it easy. But if you're out in the field, the ground is littered with leaves and debris and stuff. Even if you try to clear off the dirt and just leave it plain old dirt, leaves and debris just keep blowing around anyway. And you lose your stuff. And if you clear off all the plant matter, everything off the dirt, if you don't put some kind of coating of clay or gravel over it, it gets dusty and powdery. And if you drop it, it doesn't take much for it to go under the dusty, powdery dirt. You lose stuff too easily. How do I know? I don't know. Okay, so this is all kind of like crud flakes. This is all crud flakes. Yeah. So, but I've got lots that I can still use. Yes, yes, yes. So let's just get a thumbnail. And we'll call this good. Yes. There you go. Thanks, Aaron. Excellent stuff. This is not the last that we will see of this. Nope. All right. There you go. That's it.